Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. Let's start with crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Then we will review all the major industries, including S&P 500, Nasdaq. We'll review all the major FANG stocks, and at the end, we will wrap up with commodities. Please hit the like button, guys. Only takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up button. I will really appreciate that. And please share this channel with friends and family and help me reach subscribers goal. All right, so let's start with Bitcoin. This is BTC futures, CME futures, and this is 1 hour chart. And you can see what happened. CME futures are not open on weekends, Friday and Sunday, sorry, Saturday and Sunday. So what happened today? Today morning futures open, and you can see Sunday night, it's a gap up. All right, so now 1 hour chart, this gap is there. This will eventually be filled. So that will be a potentially a good target from where we are right now, around 2.63%. Bitcoin can move to 3% in a day. That's not a matter. So our gap is here. So look to add here whenever you get uh, a downwards move around here. Look to add whenever we get the gap fill. That could be good entry. One other thing, we had a gap down here. Same thing like we have a gap up. We had a gap down here on 27th of August, Tuesday. Gap down, futures open, and that gap is never filled. So if I now let's go back to daily chart to see where they are, these gaps. That will give us a better picture. You can see right now we're getting a 8 counts buy signal, all right, and this gap will eventually be filled around 62,000, which I told you. So from where we are right now to that gap close is around 12% pump, all right. Now inversely, if we go down, that will be a nice entry to fill this gap. Look to buy it and then looking for this 12%, 13% pump, all right. So that's what my suggestion is. If I go to Bitcoin live futures, because this is live, this is running 24/7, this won't show any gaps. I add on moving averages. You can see Bitcoin is in front of this massive white resistance. Okay, you can see it's not able to close multiple tags here. And if I go zoom in, you can also see it got 9 counts buy signal last week. Now we had a little bit of breakdown. We are facing resistance on this green line. This is 10 moving average. Trying to backtest that. And then there's also another massive cloud of resistance here. This is 50 EMA, 50 SMA, 20 moving average, 200 EMA. All these resistances are here. So that's going to be next step. So it can go bounce short term to find some resistance to fill some of these gaps, which I told you on BTC. This gap 62k, it can go to fill that gap. That's going to be next test of resistance, and if it breaks that, the next is going to be right here around 69k. And on live market, that gap is around here, also around 69k. You can see here. All right. One other thing to see, if I go to 1 hour chart on live futures, you can see we are having divergence. Price keep going lower, and if I draw a trend line, you can see PPO from actually we can draw from RSI here first. You can see higher highs, all right, and then you can see same thing with PPO here as well. You can see this is also a divergence. If I zoom in, you can see price going lower, but PPI going making higher highs, RSI making higher high as price going lower. All right. Now the way to trade this is you can draw a trend line. Let me hide this so it's easier. You can draw a trend line from here, top to bottom. All right, something like this, and you can see we are right in front of resistance right now. Resistance, resistance, resistance right there. We really need to break this. Oops, where did it go? I don't know where it go. Here you go. You can see we right in front of resistance. You really need to break this, and that is around 55,500. All right, so a break above that is going to be very bullish. All right, so let's move to Ethereum now. 1 hour chart on Ethereum, same thing like Bitcoin. We have a gap up, so that gap is going to be filled around 2238. So if we get a push down, look to fill this gap. Now there are multiple gaps on the top as well. You can see there's a gap here. If I zoom in, you can see exactly this gap happened on this day, 2nd of September. Then there are gaps even further away. You can see massive gap. This will be filled, guys, 3,000 at some point. And then at the end there's a bigger gap here also at the top, 39.59. All right, so Ethereum has a bigger potential to make a lot of profits compared to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin really needs to pump. So right now also we're getting a 9 counts buy signal on CME futures. If I go to live market, ETC Ethereum, and let's put on moving averages, you can see we are a little weaker compared to Bitcoin, and we're getting a 7 count SPY signal here as well. So Ethereum will mostly follow whatever Bitcoin does. So keep an eye on Bitcoin to be bullish on Ethereum. So let's see if it can break this trend line. All right, guys, that's it for crypto. Please hit the like button on your way out. Really appreciate that if you're a crypto fan only. Okay, so let's move to S&P 500 cycle analysis. You can see cycle low is coming this Wednesday. So it doesn't need to be exactly same day. It can be a couple of days earlier or later. You can see we had a breakdown here. You can see this candle here on Tuesday. We had a breakdown, tried to find support on this red line, which is 50 SMA, and we had a support, trying to support, and then we break down again. All right, so now remember there is a gap here, this green line. If I go to 1 hour chart, there is a gap, so there is potential this gap. Okay, let me hide this moving averages. It's not clear. So you can see this gap, there's a potential this gap can be filled. Okay, so if that fills, that's your entry. If that does not fill, then we're going towards higher to fill these top gaps. Okay, so from where we are right now to the bottom of the gap, that's probably going to be a bottom around 1%. If we pump from here, however, there's a top to the top gap around 5%, 4.66% to be exact. That's what we're looking for. And really looking for it to bottom, guys. I don't think we need to be bear right now. This is where you want to be buying. If you missed this rally, this is your chance. Okay, so this rally is going to make you go to next all-time high, maybe to next 5,900 and above. So look to buy this dip, and we are getting closer to cycle low. This is where you really want to be buying, and this is your opportunity. That's all I want to say, and hope you guys see this cycle analysis and make a decision today. um, okay, so let's do side-by-side comparison. We'll do MES on the left side and S&P 500 daily chart on the right side. MES on the right side as well. You can see we're getting a bounce on live market. We had a nice downwards push towards buy zone. Now we're in the neutral zone. So we had a nice buy area on Friday. Should have bought it from Friday. And I shared this with my subscribers. By the way, guys, if you want to join my subscriber list, click on the join button. There's a description on the video. There's a join button. Click on it, join it, and let me know your user ID. Put a comment. I will add you to members only group, and I share where these levels every hour, and you can make more than membership fees in one trade. All right, so this is very helpful. Also, I share buy and sell levels of any of the stocks you want. Tesla, Apple, for example, Google. I share trades. Like for example, on on Friday, I said it's in the sell zone. All right, Tesla is in the sell zone, and look what happened. Massive downwards move to 9%. Now it's in the buy zone, and we are going higher. So things like this, I give screenshot of this. You could have made massive money shorting Tesla at that point. Anyhow, so yeah, look to join, and that will be really good for you. Okay, so again, so MES is going towards higher, MNQ, NASDAQ, same story here, was in the buy zone, now going towards neutral zone, trying to find support on this 200 EMA and SMA. So this is where you want to be really buying. Last time we got a massive bounce around that. So again, in the same area right now. Triple Q's, same thing here, a little bit above this 200 EMA and SMA. So getting a bounce right now here and a bounce from here. Well, there are a couple of gaps. First gap is around 474, second gap is around 495. So from here, I think we're going to go fill this. First gap is around 6%, second gap is around 11% away. So keep that in mind. This is the opportunity we are looking for in a bull market to buy the dip. This is a bull market, and you should be looking to buy all the dips if possible. Dow Jones loading up in the neutral zone again, bouncing from the buy zone here. Found support on 50 EMA SMA and Russell 2000. Also, you can see again was in the buy zone going higher. Again, very close to 200 EMA and SMA, trying to find support here. IWM ETF, this gap came very close to filling this gap. We'll see if this fills fully. If not, then we could take it as a gap fill. There's a little bit of gap left. So let's see if it can come back down to fill this gap and then bounce. All right, and then that will be it, right? And that will be a major gap fill, and then we're heading higher from there. Then, all right. So that's for Russell. Let's keep moving. China. Let's see Hang Seng China. You can see it's in the buy zone. All right, gap down last night in the buy zone. So 7 counts buy signal on a daily chart. Look to buy it here. Tesla in front of this massive resistance. You can see the resistance line, and it was a fake out move on Thursday, breakout, and then crash down. All right, massive sell signal here. So let's see if Tesla is up 2%. Let's see if can again go back above this white line. That will be again buy signal. Let's see, it's just chopping around this white line. Apple is in the neutral zone right now. There's a gap here around 234. It will eventually try to fill that. Amazon is also was in the buy zone on Friday. Again, massive sell signal, found resistance, got rejected on this 50 moving average, got rejected, a bounce from here, multiple gaps at the top side possible. Netflix touched new all-time high and also finding support near this moving averages. So right now in the buy zone. Google was very weak and massive sell signal here. But again, there's a like a long term, there's a buy here area around 142. But from here, as a long term holder, if you buy Google, you're looking for potential of 22% upside, and that will happen. It will eventually fill that gap. Okay, very low risk entry here as a long term hold. This is like the dream to buy Google, in my opinion. So you should do what you can do what's best for you, but Google is really a nice entry in my opinion. Meta also bouncing from the buy zone. Microsoft also bouncing from the my buy zone. Snowflakes, let's see, still in the buy zone. Yeah, it's bouncing in the buy zone near all-time low with divergences in PP and RSI. Let's see, this could be trying to form a bottom here, and NVDA also bouncing from the buy zone. Again, Nasdaq looks very similar to NVIDIA. The chart looks exactly similar to NVIDIA, but again, there are two gaps here from NVIDIA's point of view. First gap is around 15% away. Second gap is around 22% away. All right, so you can see there's massive potential on NVIDIA to go try to make at least to touch previous this gap fill here. All right, moving along to commodities now. Gold going higher with divergences on PP and RSI, bouncing from the buy zone. Silver is also bouncing from the buy zone. 7 counts buy signal here, near 200 moving average, so good area to buy here in my opinion. Copper is now nice bounce already in the sell zone. Not sure why that bounces. Crude oil, let's see, crude oil 7 counts buy signal getting finally came back down on Friday and now in the buy zone, near buy zone. 7 counts buy signal, getting a arrow, buy arrow here on this indicator. No divergence on PPO, no divergence on RSI. So looking for a bounce and then fail to make another new low, in my opinion. Natural gas is gap down, now trying to fill that gap again, finding resistance near 200 EMA. Palladium is in the neutral zone. Soybeans again gap down um, and in the neutral zone right now. Sugar is in the buy zone. If you missed the pump on sugar, this is second opportunity. Now there's a gap fill around 618.24. Remember, it could come to fill that gap, so maybe you can look to buy on that gap fill. Maybe wait a little bit longer. Wheat finding some resistance, 7 count sell signal, but holding over this yellow line, which is 50 moving average. So if it can bounce from here, then it can, the next resistance is here around 572. Okay, short term in the neutral zone. Corn is also after some good moves, finding support on this yellow line as well. And dollar, let's see, dollar finally bounce. So you can see finding support here last couple of days. If Fed's lower rate, it's going to crash, but it's in the buy zone here. Okay, so dollar going higher will put some pressure on gold and Bitcoin. Let's see what happens, but it's right now in the buy zone. And let's wrap up with VIX. VIX is down 5%. VIX is, you can see here, if I, because of this massive candle, the whole area VIX setup is messed up. You can see here VIX, you can trying to make a flag, but I think VIX is gonna crush to go down below 13 now because SPX is saying we're gonna get this pump very, very soon. That's it for today, guys. Hit the like button on your way out and hope you had a great trading day. Bye.